Okay, Wednesday morning in the kingdom, and we have a line across the screen right there. Can you see that? If you can, say yes or wave. Okay, I don't know what's going on. It's so bright out here. Yes, this morning we woke up to minus 30 Celsius, but feels like minus 38, which is lies because it's warm out here. And then on the yo-yo scales, minus 22, but feels like minus 36, which is lies. It's warm out here. That sun is warm. Freaking real how warm it is. Yesterday we had a full production day. Welding and welding and cutting and cutting and cutting more. Yes, it was unreal how much I got accomplished yesterday working unsupervised. Also, too, have you noticed the quality of hose clamps? Can you see that, Les Nessman? Has gone from multiple times usage, to one-time use like a Trojan condom. These things are unreal. They're just cheap grade stuff now, no matter if you buy the name brand. Unreal what the world has come to. Oh yes, and Facebook crashed yesterday. But that's all part of what's going to happen. It's all part of things like the hackers are controlling the computers and all that kind of stuff. That's why I got rid of that book burb, the 2013 Tahoe. Yes, it was a nice vehicle that Sir Rodney found and bought for us, and then Sir Rodney got it back. Yes, it was nice, but it had that Global Star. Yes, Global Star computer tracking system. Plus the computer was traction controlled, so the thing would sit there with the front brakes on and the back wheels spinning on flat ground. Yes, that thing was confused computer-wise. It was a nice vehicle. Sad to see it go. But the computers, right? So I'm trying to live my life without a computer, except for uploading on YouTube and stuff like that, and checking my bank account with a computer and a few other things too. Yes, that's the joys. All right, let's see if we can take the me phone out of the hose shack to enjoy that warm sun. That sun is warm. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's just the glare. Oh, it's probably by I'm blocking it with my big head. Look at that, Les Nessman. That sun is warm, but the air is cold. All right. So this wood stove burned all night. The flags weren't even tangled up over here. Freaking real. I don't know what that line is across the screen, eh? Maybe I should scratch it. Yeah, I don't know what that is. All right. Maybe it's a spider web on the thing. We get them on the cameras. The spiders work away at night and they look neat on the, infrared cameras. So then you see the spider build its web. Yes. All right, the wood stove smoldered all night, and I just opened the door and the fire took off. So look at that. No accelerant, so we have clean smoke for the Swedish kid. Yes, I guess there's different degrees of smoke. Doesn't that look good? So today we'll be welding in the shop and welding some more. Yes, and we thank the YouTube subscribers and Kingdom followers that are gifting us stuff so these projects get finished. Yes. Oh, I got the burps. That sounds like a big airplane taking off. Well, I better go. Here comes the boss. Okay, we're off to an early start here because I didn't get much sleep last night because I was stiff and sore, and every time I rolled around on the bed or got up for a pee, my bones are aching. I think I overdid it yesterday manhandling those sheets of steel. Yes, oh man. Plus, I finished out the evening by cutting up the firewood while it was still cold. So this morning with the dogs, we ran around and gathered up materials, okay? So we need a hinge and we need some eyes to tie down. So these are the old freighting cross chains for the sleighs. All right. The funny thing is, it looks big, it looks ugly, and it looks strong, but it's not. This is back when they're forging chains and stuff and the steel wasn't that strong. It's a very weak steel. So you trust this like your ex-wife, okay? So we end up using a lot of this chain if we have extras from the sleighs and stuff, is we use them for tie downs because the strap just fits right, couples in there. Also too, for building a tailgate at the back there, the tailgate will actually be the ramp, and also too, the tailgate has to be multi-purpose, so it has to be able to lay flat or straight out. Okay, try that, Les Nessman. All right, so if we're hauling something long, okay, that's why the front is removable here, so we can actually have the overhang. Like this box here, this sloop that we're building can be used for lots of stuff because we want to do more wilderness adventures in northern Alaska. No, Oh, I'm all screwed up. I should have had more vodka. Okay, we want to do more wilderness Alaskan adventures, but in Northern Manitoba, going out and recycling and getting scrap metal and items out of the wilderness. So we need something of multi-purpose, and that's what this sloop is going to be. It's not the best design of a sloop, because one, we should have had taller skids underneath and lower beams here. But this has been a project for almost 30 years. Being pieced together, scabbed together, but the thing is we don't give up. You know, just keep going at it, have some fun, do some more changes and modifications. Okay, so over here, man, I'm totally unprepared. Okay, all right, so we need a hinge. One of the joys of doing mine scrap metal is there was lots of bolts. Everybody would love that as scrap metal because it's small, it's heavy, you get the top #1 prepared price. Well, to us, these are pins, these are hinges, these are everything but a bolt, okay? And usually anything from the mine with a square head was used in the crushers and stuff like that, so it's a good quality steel. So this fits nicely in here, okay? So the decision to make this hinge was based on the length of the bolt, okay? That's the longest ones we had of this size or whatever, we don't want too big. And fits nicely in this pipe. So that's how the decision is made on when you go to the shed to gather materials. Okay, so now to do the project here. In theory, the boss is an asshole. He'll want us to weld all these plates down. Yeah, get them welded, get them all on, make it look good. But to me, I'm not an asshole. I'm thinking smarter, okay? So what I got to do is build a tailgate because I want to get rid of all this steel. Like, we can't open the shop doors because if you open the doors, the steel will fall out. So we want the ramp to be smooth so we can winch stuff up the ramp or the tailgate, okay? So let's build the tailgate so we can use up this steel here, okay? Also too, we ordered some welding rods, so they should be in the mail today or tomorrow. So if we spend time building a tailgate, then the rods will arrive and then we can start doing a production weld on here. Just sit on the cushion on the steel and drink some beers and weld. So that's be the project today, is to get a tailgate built. Also too, I have to build the tailgate on top of the sloop here. Okay, so that's going to work out well because somebody didn't move the sloop ahead and we can't open the doors to get the mini in to move the sloop ahead because we could left the hitch up here and then the sloop could come forward so we could build a tailgate. So what we're going to do is put the first pipe on the back or whatever down at the bottom here. Oh, let's walk this way. All right, not all here this morning, I'm sober. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll start with the first pipe at the back here with the hinges welded, and then we pull the pins out, put the pipe up here and start building the tailgate. So then when the tailgate is completed, we bring it back down over here with the mini hoe and put the pins in, and we have a hinged tailgate in theory. But that's the way we're going to try to do it. It's probably not going to work out. We'll probably have to grind and buff and plasma cut and weld some more. But oh well, we're having fun. Okay, I use the chop saw outside because I don't like sparks all over inside the shop here. All right, let's see. Oh, I'll have to turn the camera off. Okay, I'm back, or we're back. Okay, so I cut my pipes outside, and this is that drill steel. Okay, we love working with it. So the tailgate has to be wider than the sloop itself, so this works out good because I'll build the tailgate up on top of the, how would you say, the sloop. All right, so this is going to be the bottom, the hinge side, and that'll be the top. So in theory, it goes that way and fits in, okay? So if I was to build it the other way around, I'd get all confused and everything like that as if I had several beers. Okay, so over here, oh, there's the tape measure we rarely use. All right, well, we'll do a walk and talk here. Oh yes, the promo bike, we have to include that almost every day now. It's the only way I'm getting any marketing out of it. All right, so over here, I learned a long time ago, I can't drill a hole straight with the drill press over there. Okay, especially when you're trying to drill these mine bolts, okay? Because the bolt will turn and everything like that, so it gets confusing. So what I do, I use my unnatural level floor and the crooked workbench, and I use my instinct and I use my drill. So I can put the bolt in, so this is kind of level, this is kind of level, and then I'm able to drill down, and my center of gravity or my instincts keeps the drill straight. And the reason why you put the hole in a bit, because you're going to hammer that. Yeah, because there's going to be a time when you take the hinge or the tailgate off, you're going to hammer on it. So this will get all mushroomed over and stuff like that. So then once you have it figured out, you go to the pipe, mark it on the pipe, and then cut it into threes. Okay, so that's a 4-inch, that's a 3-inch, and that's a 3-inch, because we have to do the 3-piece hinge, as you call it. We can't have a 2-piece hinge because it's, well, doesn't work. So this is how we do it, and this will work out good. And there's the other hinge ready to go. All right, let's get into production here, because we got lots to do in a short time today. Okay, that did not take long, and this sloop is a nice bench height for working on until I have to do the center, and then I'll have to crawl up there. Okay, so what I did was make sure that the hinges are in the center of where the mini hoe tracks are going to be. Okay, I don't know if this is too hot. Let's see if we have enough talent. Okay, so what I did was clamp that to the center. Okay, see the mark and the mark? All right, we don't have the proper, how'd you say, clamps that would have a V or something like that for holding pipe together. Okay, so I had to balance this and tighten it to get this to line up and be center in the hinge or the pipe. Okay, so this was a little tricky. That's like Dolly Parton wearing a push-up bra. You know, it was pushing it to the limits. But to get the pipe in the center, see these rust marks right here? Okay, and here, that's from being in the rack stacked. So you can use that as a center line, because drill pipe, or drill steel as they call it, does not have a seam in it, not like all other pipes. So I use that as a center line, the rust mark, from being stacked. Okay, so once I had my center in and clamped, then I could play with the sloppiness on these ones here, and then use the bolt to get these straight. Okay, so we know this is going to fit. Now I'm going to have to carry this over there and clamp it so I can weld this. All right, that's going to be the clincher right there. And the reason why we're doing the single pipe on the back of the sloop is because when the tailgate's off or when the tailgate's on, we'll be hitting it with the cat dozer blade or whatever. It's going to get abused. So it's easier to replace one of these pipes than to do the two. We've learned in the past. Okay, all right, let's see if we can get this tailgate on, and then we can have some lunch with some vodka, and then the thoughts will really flow. Okay, that went rather well, and no screw-ups. Yes, no screw-ups. Now my hands are tingling from having to grind the points off that head of the bolt, which is now the pin. Okay, so this worked out good, and what we want, oh, creaky knees, what we want is a smooth surface going up here. Oh yeah, I put my gloves on so I don't burn myself, I learned. Okay, so the staff can be able to come up the ramp here, or the tailgate, and loader skidoo. So let's see if this works. Oh, I don't know if I got enough talent. Okay, it's a little hard to do it with one hand. Oh, there. All right. So that works. And now I can build the rest of the ramp tailgate thing. All right, let's see if we can do it with 1 foot. Ooh. Oh, now it's really tight. All right. Ooh. Once it lubes up, it'll work out better. All right, let's go have some lunch and have a beverage or two, because we can celebrate a victory because the hinges are welded on correctly. In the past, I've welded the wrong side and the hinge is welded solid. Oh, well, that's why we have the plasma cutter. Oh, yes, the Pro Point 38 Plus. All right, let's go have some lunch. Okay, 2 o'clock in the kingdom, and we got the tailgate framed in. Yes, so I had to take the drill pipe, and what we do with the drill pipe is you got your ends that are threaded, males and females, and then we cut the bevel or whatever it's called, or the notch out. Okay, so each one of these is different, and we came up with a measurement of 1 drill pipe equals two pipes. Okay, so this works out good. So that determines the length of the tailgate. Okay, I'm not going to sit there and fart around and cut little pieces and everything like that. That's pointless. Okay, so to get the pipes to fit in there, I use the tarp straps here. So it's like a big elastic band, and then I could push them apart to get the pipes in. Okay, so each one of these pipes is different. You play Russian roulette and grind them and everything, and then you'll have one that's a little loose. Okay, but these ones are all tight. So I left the tarp straps in to show how I did it, and now for welding, I have the ratchet straps, and then I'll get some good welds on, and then I have to remove the ratchet straps because they'll just get sparked and cut and everything and boogered. Okay, so that's how we do it at the end of the world. Nothing's straight, nothing's true. We live in the land of Dr. Seuss. And then on a cross measurements, oh, these lips need some vodka, from here over to here, and then if you go that way to this way to know if it's square, I'm a 1/4 of an inch out, so I'll call that tape measure flex. Okay, so let's get this thing welded so we can get it cheated in and installed when the staff comes at the end of the day. Okay, coffee time in the kingdom, and I cheated with the tailgate. I flipped and flipped and flipped and flipped until most of the welds were done. Yes, that worked out pretty good. Plus, I was more of a craftsman this time. I didn't have to have too much filler rods on the bevel cuts or whatever they're called. Plus, you can see we put the safety chain on there because I didn't want to be hanging on it and have it fall or slip or anything. And then I would have got hurt, and then I would have to drink more vodka to take the pain away. All right, quick coffee, and we got to keep going here. The staff will be over later. Okay, 5 o'clock in the kingdom, and the tailgate is tack welded together. Well, the main frame is welded really good with 70-18 uphand overhead every which way, and I beat the gods of gravity. And then I put the sheet metal on. Once you take those bent twisted sheets and beat it into submission, cut and fit, they look pretty good. We welded some rebar on there at 16-inch centers, hopefully for traction. So we want to get this tailgate on with the mini hoe and then move this the sloop ahead so I can figure out the hinging and lifting mechanism. All right, staff is here, and that's all the steel she has to put away. So that worked out pretty good, busting our tushy, get the tailgate done, and we're done with that ugly black tar coated materials. All right, dog, I better go put my winter gear on and give the staff a hand and mix a drink too. Oh, these lips are dry from all the welding.
Wednesday morning in WHO-ville, and it's just after 8:30 a.m. and I'm getting ready to head to work. As you can see, it's kind of nice out there compared to yesterday. It's not windy at the moment and there's no clouds in the sky. Now it's time to get ready and head to work. I'm not sure what I'll be doing today, but I guess I'll find out. 12:30 and I'm just finishing up lunch. I had leftovers from last night, also subbing grade 3-4 again today. I'm not sure what happened to their new teacher. Maybe she slept in and didn't show up this morning. I'm not 100% sure, but we are going to do some St. Patrick's Day and spring stuff because as you can see, it is pretty warm out here today. That sun is extra bright. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in, and get to work. Just after 4 p.m. and I made it home from work. It was a pretty good day subbing the grade 3-4s. I'm not sure if I'll be in there again tomorrow, but I guess I'll find out. Already got the skidoo out. Now I'll head on over to the kingdom and see what my dad's up to today. 4:30 and I just made it to the kingdom. Now I'll head on down to the shop and see what my dad's up to. I don't think we're doing very much today. I know I have to take the pallet drag around the north trail a few times to smooth it out for my dad, and then I have to shovel out the doggy doors here. Since we had all that snow, it's kind of hard for them to get in and out of the shop and stuff, so let's head on down and see what my dad's up to. Just finished shoveling out the doggy doors, and now I'm hooked up to the pallet drag, and I'll go around the north trail a few times. It is just in the bush around here. I'll do about 2 or 3 passes to smooth it out and make the trail a little wider. Down the north trail, and I'm just on my first pass now. It's already looking a lot smoother, as you can see from the back here. On my second pass, I'll be over on this side more to get a nice clean finish. And my dad's trail is kind of looking a little rough here since it's been a couple days with all this blowing snow and stuff. That's why I'm down here smoothing it out now, but it's already a pretty big difference. On my second pass, and as you can see, the trail looks a lot better. I am going to do one more pass, I think, just to make it a little bit wider. Once it firms up, it'll be nice to walk on for my dad. Now let's head on back up and do one more pass. Almost 5 o'clock, and I just finished my third pass and put the pallet drag away. Now I'll head on back down to the shop and see what my dad's up to. Just after 5 p.m. and I got the mini out. We are going to put all this sheet metal back into the pile since my dad's done with it. Not sure how we'll get it over there. Hopefully we can just use the bucket on the mini with the thumb and kind of clamp it all and put it back on the trailer. Now that we got the tailgate on, we're going to do a little test run and see if my dad can get the Mini into the back of the Sloop. Almost 6 o'clock and we're officially done in the kingdom. Now I'll grab my dog treats and head on back into WHO-ville and do the weather. 6 o'clock and I just made it back from the kingdom. This is the temperature we're sitting at today. It's negative 13 degrees Celsius, which is 8 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. It's been pretty nice today, extra bright with all that sun. As you can see, it's still pretty warm out, not a cloud in the sky. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, we did it. The test fit worked. The mini hoe up and down onto the Sloop. That worked out pretty good. And the staff was even surprised that the tailgate hinges fit together perfectly. But I ended up telling her I did a test fit, but it was just a pipe. All right, let's go check on the flags. I can just taste that beer calling my name. Okay, 6 o'clock in the kingdom. It's warm out here. That sun is warm, but I don't know what the temperature is. The staff will handle that. I just stocked up the wood stove for the evening. It's probably going to get chilly willy like last night. Ooh, look at that sun shining. It's a good thing we got the caboose blocking the view of the sun so we can see the flags. They're in their natural state of being limp. Oh my, I overdid it today. I worked too hard, but I got what I wanted done. So the boss, he's an asshole. He'll be pleased. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some beer, make a video, and then celebrate. Talk to you later.